Alaikum.
Islam, sir.
Welcome to Muhammad's Temple of Islam, where as one of the performances, the place where you come to get your mind right. It is in the name of Almighty God, Master Farah Muhammad, the human being God to whom all honor and praises will forever and ever and ever and ever be done. We will forever thank Master Farah Muhammad for coming to us and raising up in our midst the last and greatest messenger of Allah, the most honorable Elijah, our spiritual mother Mary, with the peace and blessings of Allah, whoever be upon his holy name. It is a result of their divine union that we have in our midst today, a divine leader, teacher, and guide in the person of the Honorable Silas Muhammad, Chief Executive Officer of the Lawson Foundation of Islam, that baby born in the midst of four beasts, Jesus the Christ, if you will. And it is also on behalf of our dearly beloved Queen, Shaki Muhammad, the Queen of Queens, that I greet you in our nation with the words of peace of As-salamu.
My name is Salam, sir.
Good to see you, Brother Derek.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Brother Derek. And I had a little spa expedition early in the week. And it was one of the most enjoyable moments that I had during the entire week. And trying to, as a result of that, try to go and recreate the moment myself, and it wasn't the same, bro. It was not the same, brother. I say, when I see him, I'm gonna tell him. Wherever there's two or more gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. We are at a point in the development of the Lost Found Nation of Islam, where that chosen few, the pioneers, that select group of men and women are being gathered. So I am honored to have you, as I have heard about you and been hearing about you for the past 27 years, ever since I joined the Lost Foundation of Islam. I have been hearing about you, and I've heard about your past. I know what you are to do currently, and it makes me excited to look forward to the future going forward with you. You are that lost seed that was found.
Yes, sir.
You are that ancient, that great people that the rest of the world is waiting on. Now, to get that over to you, to convince you of that, to get you to where you can see it clearly as you can see me standing here, that's part of my job, is to make it so plain, as they say, that a child can understand.
Yes, sir.
Before we, so Shabazz, could you get my wife back out here? Before I descend down into the lecture, I just needed to address something with my wife and I. She has been with me ever since I was 16. And I'll be 46 in September. So that's a long time to be dealing with a nut. And I definitely appreciate her, and could not have done a fraction of what it is that I'm doing and that I will attempt to do without the sister. Particularly my wife, because last week I told you ain't no woman like the one I got. And I don't know if you had an opportunity to view it on YouTube, but it's there. And as I told brother, it's like a good movie that you want to watch over and over again. And my wife and I, she has been with me, met me when I was on the west side of Chicago, like I said, just as wild as all get out. Came from the south side, southeast side, and left her mother and came to stay with me. And when I told her that I was going to join the Lost Foundation of Islam, that I was going to cut my hair and put me on a suit and tie, she didn't say, if you do that, I'm leaving. And she said, okay. And she said, but it's weird. I've never seen you with your haircut. I wonder what you're gonna look like with your haircut. And got my haircut and came on in, and I had no resistance from her. I had no resistance from her. Once I joined the Lost Foundation of Islam, we got married, and we've been married for 27 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, 25 years. I hadn't cheated on my wife in 25 years.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear me? So I know what you're capable of because I'm just like you.
That's right.
That's right. From the exact same cloth.
Tell them.
So if I can do it, you can do it.
Yes, sir.
And today makes 25 years, right?
Yes.
This is our anniversary today. I went out and got her a big old bouquet of orange roses.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
You know that I get nervous speaking in front of people. But I want to say these 25 years were easy. I can do another 25 without blinking. When you're married, you have your ups and your downs. I really like the ups more than I do the downs, but I appreciate them all.
Yes.
Thank you.
The orange colored roses has a significance to them. That's what you give to newlyweds, and it's also what you give after you've been married for at least 25 years to show that the love is still.
All right.
I researched before I got those roses for my wife.
Yes, sir.
Again, you know, the path that we are currently on as a nation of people. If you can just see it clearly, we'll hurry up and join the Lost Foundation of Islam. We wouldn't let another day go by. And the title of the lecture today, and I'm almost certain you've heard this phrase before, is that the truth shall make you free.
Yes, sir.
I almost wanted the title with "The truth should have made you free." You should be further along already, but nevertheless, your enemy, and you wouldn't be a champion without an opponent anyway, right?
That's right. That's right.
But nevertheless, your enemy has decided to go to war with Allah through his people. And sometimes I am troubled, for lack of a better word, at the level of participation that we get when it's information like this, as opposed to where if it was a twerking contest, you know, we lines be around the corner. We had to turn people away and say we at max capacity, you know. And why does it get? If You don't get it, you will, it'll be, you'll be twerking all right. Because it's gonna get hot in the United States of America,
That's right. Yes, sir.
real hot.
That's right.
And if we don't do our due diligence to get you the information, when it takes place, the only good thing about it is that you won't suffer. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Just like that, you'll be gone. Did you hear about the bombs that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Yes, sir.
When they dropped that bomb, they said that there were people sitting there reading their newspaper, and in the instance they were vaporized,
Yes, sir.
nothing left but a shadow of a person. Instantly they were gone. This is recorded in history. You can look up the damage of that bomb.
That's right.
You can look at the speed in which the destruction in the end came to those people. Bombs that are more powerful than that are scheduled to be dropped in the United States of America.
That's right.
4,500 of those bombs are to be dropped in the United
That's
States
right.
of America.
Tell me.
More powerful than that bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima. They'll go into the earth 1 mile, lock in a place, explode, and kill everything within a 50-mile radius. Just one bomb does that kind of damage. If there's any life left on the surface, poisonous gas then is emitted from the bomb to snuff out any life that's left on the surface. Then Allah will cause a shortage in gravity and cause fire to fall from the sky. That's the honest to godly truth.
That's right.
The white man has tried to get kind of close to touching when he's dealing with something called a hydrogen bomb, where he's using the actual atmosphere.
Tell me.
So what I'm telling you is well known by your news. You just didn't know. The only reason why I didn't put into action yet is because you did not know. And because Allah desires to save you. He desires to put you on top of civilization.
That's right.
His is the name of Almighty God Allah, Master Farad Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
the incomparable great, the doer of what he pleased, the destroyer of nations, and the one that's restoring us back to the knowledge of ourselves.
That's right.
How can you not love a man like that? So then I'm going to save you and miserably destroy your enemies. And then we hear the name Muhammad, some of us got the audacity to laugh. Come on, man. So I got to grab a hold to you, Ishmael, as you are the seed of Ishmael through Abraham,
That's right.
and shake you and wake you up.
Yes, sir.
And then when you wake up, say, come on, brother, it's time to go home. In fact, we late. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We are late. We are in what's called overtime.
That's right.
The truth is what shall make you free.
That's right.
So what if you don't have the truth? Huh? Then what condition and state are you in? If the truth is going to make you free, what's the opposite of being free?
Prison. Slave. Slave.
Bondage, prison, slave, locked up in the mind. When you heard that statement, some people thought, with our limited understanding, that I am free. Nobody has chains around me, right? I can get up and go where I please. I can work where I want to work. The first ones of us that came to the United States of America required chains. That first generation that knew that there was a place called home, that was in the reality of leaving. Subsequently, after those generations that was born in slavery, you didn't have to put chains on them physically. The chains were transferred from the wrist to the mind. Do you hear me? Now, how many of us still have those chains on our mind? Well,
Good question.
it's easy to figure that out. All we got to do is just do a brief synopsis on what freedom looks like. A brief synopsis on the identification as you as a Black man. And then when we're done, then you tell me. Okay, let's start. The Japanese people have a piece of earth that's called what? Japan. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That name is synonymous with the people. Japanese people come from Japan and they have a Japanese flag. With me so far?
Yes,
Okay, the Italian people have a piece of earth called what? Italy. That name is synonymous with the people. And then there's a Italian flag that represents that people. The Chinese man has a piece of earth called what?
China.
China. That name too is synonymous with the people. And they also have a Chinese flag that represents the Chinese people. The Russian people have a piece of earth land masses called what? Russia. And that name is synonymous with the people along with the Russian flag. Do you hear me? The American white man right here in the United States of America named this country what? America. And made an American flag that represents the American people. Is that not true? Then what about you? Huh? You are the only human being on earth that identifies yourself where everything's taken from you. Ask the black man where you from. I'm from Alabama. I sure was good down there, boy. We used to cook the pig down there. Then when we had one little spot, we used to roast the whole thing. Where you from? Now I'm from Texas. You know everything big in Texas. You identified where you lost everything. That's not where you're from. That's not who you are. That's where you were dehumanized at. That's where you were made a fool at. That's where you were made a laughing stock at. That's where they raped your women and then raped you too. In front of everybody to show the woman how less of a man you were. They call it butt rape. So who are you, black man? Where you from? Where your flag at? What a piece of earth right that says African and American. He duped you, telling you you're African American. Where's the piece of earth right that says you a Negro? You a colored person. Where's the land and the people and the flag that's synonymous with that represents you and I? Well, don't you deserve one?
Yes, sir.
Don't you want one?
Yes, sir.
Well, hell, I'm here to give you one.
Yes, sir.
So help me God. Inside me to give you one. Master Farad Muhammad came to you and brought you a flag and planted that flag in the earth and the white man's house and told the white man, we dare you to try and take that one down. That's right. Oh man, please, the truth gonna make you free today.
Sure.
Running around here lying to us, we grown men, we can read and comprehend now. Let nobody identify you. White man, how you gonna identify me and I'm a man like you a man? What you look like letting another man come to the hospital naming your child? You tell him he's out of his mind, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir.
What you look like letting another man come in and name your daughter, name your wife, name you. You tell me I'll die before. Well, where you at then, brothers? What's going on? Get it then.
Right.
And let them know, no longer will we allow you to identify us, African American. Who came up with that? Who agreed to that? Who sanctioned that? Who okayed that? Who made that a proper name? Got us still running around here as slaves and the rest of the world looking at you as being a slave because they know that. Huh? That little Chinese woman that's running that cleaners, she know better. She know you should have your own cleaners. Do you hear me? They know you should have your own stores, your own factories, that you should supply the needs of your own people. They know that. But yet and still they take our money, rob us, and then give us bad service. And what we do, we patronize them again, even after they gave us bad service. What's wrong with us, man? Time for us to stand up and be men. I'm sick and I heard the saying before, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. When I heard that statement, I wasn't sick or tired. Now I'm a little bit of both.
That's right.
Come on, man. I'm not gonna spend the rest of my days in the United States of America licking the boots of some nigga that they can put in front of me telling me that's my leader. I don't want my children to suffer. I want to enjoy some of this beautiful earth that we got while I'm young enough to enjoy. Don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, then let's go on and get it there, man. They ain't no more man than us.
That's right.
That Chinese man ain't no more man than you.
That's right.
That Japanese man that flew that plane, they call him kamikaze.
That's right.
His mind was made up. Before I allow you to, even after they dropped 2 nuclear bombs, they were still trying to fight. And somebody had to turn around and tell them, hey man, listen, that's a no-win, folks. They keep on doing that. There won't be one Japanese person left. They had to convince the emperor to submit, but he was still willing to fight. That mindset is inside of all men. A man that'll put a bomb on himself and walk into a crowded room and Allah walk by, blow himself up. What you think on his mind? Huh? Anywhere you see men being oppressed, anywhere you see men getting that government, country, and nation taken away from them, they fight back. They left Afghanistan, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Left a lot of equipment over there, didn't they? Or some billions, didn't they? Man, Afghanistan said, I told you Allah Akbar. I told you Allah was the greatest. Willing to fight for it. That's what we got to get to. We got to understand that ain't nobody gonna give you nothing but a hard time if you don't stand up. Now, here's the reality of it. When you do stand up and start moving in the right direction, you're promised victory and assistance, but you got to initiate it.
Right.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The United States of America, they were in what they would seem to be insurmountable odds. They were going against England, Mother England. At that time, it probably was a king and not the queen. But we just so happened, we're so used to saying the queen. But at any rate, England, whoever was in charge at the time, they were going against England. They had brought us from Africa, had a hard time with us then, like they're having a hard time with us now, bro. Fighting against the Indians. And in addition to that, other agents that were coming over from England, getting information and taking it back to England. They were up against all those odds, and they fought on. Do you know what Patrick Henry told them? To give me liberty and give me death.
That's right.
Do you know another part of that speech where he turned around and told them that there's a just God that's going to fight on our side? We won't fight this war alone. I had to learn that in school, right? You know, you got to learn your American. I had to learn that. It wasn't until I joined the Lost Foundation of Islam until I had an appreciation for that type of information. Because guess what? I feel the same way about mine.
That's right.
Huh? Yeah, give me liberty, give me death too.
That's
The only
right.
regret that I got is I only got one life to give for my country, my nation. Yeah, men, come on, man. There's something about, you know, being born a man with that testosterone in is when a person gets you going. You got me?
That's right.
Man, I want to get you going. I know what you're capable of. I did not tell you, I'm glad to see you. I need your help.
That's right.
Maybe that's part of the reason why the temple ain't full. Maybe because I ain't said that. They said you have it, not because you asked now. I need your help.
That's right.
I appreciate you, brother Darren, your
That's
consistency in bringing somebody. with
That's
you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's willing to lock arms with me and make certain that, okay, if it does not happen, we won't be allowed to know it. Don't you know that that's how America got established? America didn't get established by them sitting around at the fire singing, oh, kumbaya, my Lord. And no, there were men and women who were dedicated to seeing that red, white, and blue flag flying, independent of England. Did it happen?
Yes, sir.
So likewise with you and I, we got to be dedicated to seeing that flag. One day we'll teach on the flag. That's your flag, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Huh? That's the greatest flag that's ever been placed in the ground
That's
in
right.
any country.
That's right.
That flag represents the universe, something that you did.
That's right.
Yeah, but they don't want to tell you. They don't want to make you think, oh, you a gangster, you a vice lord, you a GD, you a blood, you a crip. You anything other than God. Huh? You anything other than their original man. You anything other than the father of civilization. You anything other than the man that taught knowledge and wisdom to each and every person that's on the planet. And then they put you on the bottom and got the audacity to not even recognize us when we walk in the room sometimes. Come on, man, it's time out for that.
Tell it.
When we walk in the room, you recognize us, you respect us,
That's right.
you honor us.
That's right.
Any and every room that we walk into, we supposed to be the most respected man in that
That's
room,
right.
black men. But instead, when you go in the room, you're the one that's disrespected. You're the one that's looked down upon. You're the last one to get some good service. You're the last one to get your food cold. You complain about it. Then they turn around and don't even want to replace the order. That's how they treat us today. What they do to us, women go into the grocery store. My daughter was in the grocery store the other day. She's looking at something. And then she turned around and called me and said, Dad, take everything in me. I said, no, just call me and I'll come in.
That's right.
She's in there and she's supposed. Is there such a thing really as taking too long if you're shopping? If I'm shopping, and this is the produce I'm looking at, you wait till I'm done.
That's right.
You don't reach over, around, under me to get it,
That's right.
saying, excuse me at the same time, you know you violated my personal space.
That's right.
That's disrespect.
That's right.
How many times has it happened to you? You're not even aware of it. See, while you were being made a slave, they were conscious, they were reading. They still operate off this premises. The black man has no right that the white man is bound to respect. They still operate off that premises when they're dealing with you and I. So if they don't respect you, what you think they feel about your woman, which is the weaker part of you? I told you on last week, she's the most disrespected person in the United States of America. She's the most unprotected person in the United States of America. And you and I got to put an end to that.
That's right.
Gotta let them know. As one of the sisters said on one of them TikTok videos, that one of them Arabs was playing with. She said, I'll send them niggas up in here.
That's right.
Well, they got to know that anytime they're dealing with any one of our females,
right.
brother. Any one of them. Every black woman belongs to the black nation. As simple as that. She's yours. Understand that. There's no white man come in the neighborhood and pick her up off Madison and Central and turn a tree and drop her back off and go downtown and look at an office building. As soon as he pull up, you're supposed to say, what you looking for? I'm going to make, you ain't going to do nothing, sister. Go sit down. Man, get out of our neighborhood.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the day we in now. That's the hour we in now. We claiming them. They're ours. They don't belong to anybody else. You should feel some type of way when you see somebody else with a black woman, a white man with a black woman. It's totally absurd. It's like watching a hyena lay down with a lion. Should have never happened. Oh, man. Now we are 40+ million strong. 40+ million strong. The money that you spend is more than some countries' GDP. Is that not true, Brother Cap?
Bigger than Russia.
Bigger than Russia. You said just the 40 million of us spend that kind of money. That's a lot of economic power that we got that we can generate amongst ourselves. And have you ever noticed? Oh, God Allah, wherever you move, that's where the party was at. When Mecca, the richest country based on oil, you came from there. The United States of America, the richest country, you're currently here. So don't think when you move, it's going to be poor. Wherever you move, that's where the party's at.
That's right.
Where you are God Allah.
Be that. Yes, sir.
You should be stuck here, allowing somebody to disrespect. I'm changing cleaners as of this week.
That's right.
As of this week, I said, well, when you tailored my suit, you didn't bring the suit down further. Oh, I did. I bring it down. I said, no, you didn't do what I told you to do.
That's right.
So as a customer, if I'm telling you it wasn't right, you should address it. Oh, I fix it, but you pay more money. I said, hold on. You're telling me that if I bring you a suit and I try it on, because I understand it's about 2 or 3 weeks I ain't had a chance to get to you, you think I'm trying to run some kind of game or something, right? Because we black. When you go in the door, and it automatically, that's what it is. You black, you running some kind of game. Even though I've been knowing them for, I don't know, 20 years.
That's right.
So I said, so even if once you're done with the suit and I put the suit on in front of you, if it's not right, you wouldn't fix it? No, you got to pay more money. The end of that conversation. Move on. Black people, being who we are hard to go. I go back to them with my shirts and my son's shirts. Bad enough, I had put my daughter and my wife clothes in there. I spent about $600-700 with it in about 2 or 3 weeks. So if you spend that type of money with somebody, it's called customer service. You're supposed to acquiesce to my demand, even if I ain't right, supposed to, I'm gonna fix it anyway because the man just spent. So I go in there with my shirts. And when I go to pick my shirts up, I walk in the room and she don't recognize she. And the other Hispanic lady that was there before kind of and give me. I said, you know what? I don't have to come here. I don't have to patronize you anymore.
That's right.
This black dollar is just as powerful as that white man dollar. I work just as hard for my money as they work for their money.
That's right.
The only difference is you don't respect me like you respect that white man. And if I keep on coming here allowing you to do that, then you won't respect me. So I'm change things.
That's right.
In fact, really what I want to do, brothers, is put our head together and open our own things.
That's right.
Huh? So we ain't gotta go in there and deal with them. Let them just that black dollar since it ain't nothing.
That's right.
I mean, the look fast food, everything that we purchase from them, we're capable of doing it ourselves, man.
Right.
We're capable of governing ourselves.
That's right.
We're capable of educating our own children.
Right.
We're capable of putting together television programs with content that'll lift them up and build them instead of tearing them down.
That's right.
She got a strip to go to college. Where in the world do we get a crazy concept like that from? Don't you know after she become a stripper, she's morally compromised? She's no longer any good to anybody when she done sat there and got naked in front of 17 men in one night and they put money inside of her underwear and having sex with multiple partners? And I did that to go to school. But whatever you come out of school as now, you've been damaged mentally.
Look at that.
Your moral compass has been lowered.
Look at that.
Stop participating in that foolishness, man. Look, oh man, Joe, we finna go to the strip club, make it rain. No, come to the temple and make it rain.
That's
I'll
right.
do something with your daughter. Make it rain here, we're producing crops that you can eat later. How about that?
Right.
want you to get it, man. I mean, the truth shall make you free, but you got to hide the truth. You ain't been getting the truth. You've been being lied to. You've been being tricked, duped. You know how somebody turn around and they sell you something and they know what they sold you wasn't any good, and you walk off and be like, yeah, it's okay. In the back of their head, they're like, stupid, I got it. That's how America look at us as black men. I'm telling you. We celebrate, hey, Barack Obama, yeah, and you know what the white man was sitting back saying? Who do you think put that nigga in office? Huh? Why do you think I put him in office? You think I put him in office to free you?
Look at that.
Yeah, you still a slave. You ain't free. Mentally, you still gone. Numerically, do the math. 40 million blacks versus 250 million Caucasians. It is numerically impossible for you to put him in office. Do you hear me? They outnumber you 5-1 in the United States of America. Then when you get into that number, you start manipulating the number a little bit. We start dealing with some soft facts. Out of the 40 million plus blacks, how many are incarcerated? They didn't vote. How many are children below the age of 18? They didn't vote. How many voted for white people anyway instead of voting for Obama? They didn't vote for him. So how many of us actually voted for Obama? I know I did. Do you hear me? Just to give you a reality on what's taking place, what's going on. And if you don't get that reality, what's taking place, what's going on, then we'll be 50 years down the line. What's the difference between a free slave and a willing slave? Nothing, you still slaves. You understand that? You are still a slave. Unless you do what men do, which is provide government, country, and nation for the women and children, that's the standard by which we measure men. You measure yourself up against the other nation, the other men I told you about. What you look like? Huh? What do we look like? Not you, because I can't rise above the condition of my people. What do we look like? That's the reason why the white man started trembling in his boots when Master Farad Muhammad showed him with that flag and said, the lost found nation of Islam.
Right.
We ain't talking about no religion. We ain't talking about no church. We talking about a nation.
That's right.
All of a sudden, you saw the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, a man from Sandersville, Georgia, with a 3rd grade education. Kings left their seats, got up from their seats and came over here to see that ex-slave.
That's what you mean.
You don't make that kind of move from nobody. The king of Saudi Arabia got on up and came on over here.
That's right.
Huh? The leader of Pakistan, they got on up and came on over here. The president of Egypt opened up the doors wide for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. World renowned. Do you hear me? Because they knew that the information was coming from his mouth. They said, could nobody have told them that but the Mahdi, the one that we've been waiting on. And damn it, they got it. Pardon my language.
That's right.
They got it. We know they got him high. He's telling us about how much the earth weighs. 6 sextillion tons, a unit followed by 21 sites.
That's right.
Then gave you a formula in which you can derive the information yourself and come to that conclusion yourself. A common piece of earth weighs how much? How much does the atmosphere weigh? How much does the atoms weigh? Rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes are all caused by the Son of Man. When it starts to distill up in the sky, and it gets so heavy when it comes down, sometimes it comes as rains of water, and other times if it's too swift and cold, it comes as snow.
That's right.
All that came from Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
And when they heard that, they say, who else has unlocked the secrets of the universe but Almighty God Allah himself? And came to Elijah, let their head touch the floor and said, well, we know who you are, Elijah. You are Allah's second self. Man, please. And they want to keep that from us? Yeah, because it'll make you move a certain way. Oh man, when you walk in the room and you got this here on you, a person to recognize you, you ain't got to say a word. Ain't that right, Brother Derek?
Yes, sir.
That brother came, he said, brother, he said, yeah, you got something on you, you know what I mean? He said, I was going to come through the mean mugger, you know what I'm saying? But when I saw you then, I know exactly what you're talking about because I saw the same thing when brother that came to get me. The exact same. I was going out there to check. You hear me? What's your name, brother?
JB.
JB. I was going to call you cuz. You know, I was going down there to check him, JB. You know, going to tell him, hey, man, listen, whatever it is you selling, whatever kind of game you running, man, we going through enough over here already trying to survive, man. Over here dealing with these game banging nightmares. So take that game and go that way with it. But the brother person, this army, when one single of those words, not one of those words came out of my mouth. His person, what I saw coming off of him, what I felt coming off of him, disarmed. And the brother invited me to the meeting. First meeting I missed. Second meeting I made that meeting. And the brother said with tears in his eyes, As Silas Muhammad is not who I tell you he is, I give you my physical life. That moved me. Another man crying about, I said, well, who is Silas Muhammad? And this brother feeling this way about him, this brother putting his life on the line. And brother, I have been pleasantly surprised ever since. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Pleasantly surprised. In fact, the gesture that I just made of recognizing my wife, giving my wife roses on our anniversary publicly, I learned that from him. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
In love with him, because he's a beautiful human being.
That's right.
And told sometime, paid the highest compliment that a man can never be paid. Is that, brother, you look like, you remind me, you sound like Silas Muhammad. That's the highest compliment that another human being can never be paid once you find out who Silas Muhammad is.
That's right.
But that's the Lamb of God, that they be born in the midst of
Yes, sir.
things.
That's right.
And to be remotely compared to him, to me, I'm beyond humble. I want to help him, to help you, to help us put you in your proper place.
That's right.
But I can't get you there if you're spinning on this lie, as Prince Asiel said before. The world is rotating on the axis of a lie. And the way to knock it down, brother, says to speak truth to power. And that's what I'm trying to do now.
Yes, sir.
Speak truth to knock that lie down.
That's right.
To get you up so you can understand that the lie that they told back then is still relevant in our community today. That's the only reason why a black man will pull up to another black man and say to a black man, what you looking at, nigga? Whoa, what's that? You 2 seconds. I couldn't be mad at me because you just ran into me. You see it? Some club probably got shot up last night on Saturday night because some brother stepped on another brother's shoe and man, this nigga don't know who I am. Man, go to the car and get that thing. Why? Why? Because we're still operating from the premises of slaves. You're not free yet. Free men don't treat each other like this. You understood who you were. Why would I kill my brother and weaken my force? Why would I take a soldier out of my infantry and my army? All I'm gonna do is make it easy when the enemy attack me to destroy me. Don't you know this is what you're doing?
Look at that.
Don't you know white people are listening to rap music right now? Because you're saying everything that they want to say but can't say. Everything that they want to say, you saying what they can't say. Nigga, right now, I'll shoot a nigga dead in his head right now. Better call, you gonna need help. The whole car strapped, nigga, they ain't talking seatbelts. Nigga, I'll kill a nigga, beat a nigga. And they ride by, pull up on someone I'm listening to, and they turn around and just look at me and shake their head like, well, I ain't bothering to. And I feel disrespected because you're listening to a song that calls me a nigga, but I can't say anything about it because it's black artists that's putting the music out there. When we gonna fix it? Huh? When you know we're the ones that have to fix it, right?
Yes, sir.
JB, we've inherited the revolution. You know what it means to inherit something, right? You don't got no choice. We have inherited the revolution. Those that were back there, passed behind us, from freedom fighters that gave their life, they're not coming back. It's on you and I now.
That's right.
So they want to give you a few crumbs off the table to make you think they changed. But they ain't changed. Believe me when I tell you, you're dealing with the exact same person.
Yes, sir.
A little smarter, a little wiser. They know how to use euphemisms now. Huh? A euphemism is a word that they use in place of a harsh word. So instead of calling you slave, they say what? You're an employee. Huh? Instead of calling you a nigga, are you an African American? It's still the same disrespect. Nigga is African American is just as disrespectful as calling you a nigga because that's not your name. You're still calling me out my name.
That's right.
You're still giving me a name and somebody else gave me a name as if I'm a child. You ain't know that, did you? When you go to fill out the census, they say what African American, you check it happily. Yeah, I am. No, you're not. Show me where that piece of land that they say African in America. Show me where that flag that represents African Americans. You telling me in 2022 he's still not calling you by your proper name? You telling me in 2022 you still don't know your proper name? Yeah, but you thought you was a man, didn't you? Until you had to measure and see what men. Then you realize, oh man, I'm lacking. Well, come on over here, brother. We're gonna get rid of the lacking.
That's right.
That's what we do over here. Muhammad makes men. So when we walk in the white man office, standing tall, looking good, and then let him know in the door. Salam alaikum. Getting all kinds of nervous, don't you? That's why sometimes I do it on purpose when I'm in the store and they brother call and answer the phone. Salam alaikum. Oh, hey, this guy is something like he said, well, Islam or something. Yeah. Exactly. Know that.
That's right.
The game that they played and that they're still playing on us as people. Not individuals, man. As a nation of people, they're playing this game on us. It's time to stop. Take a look at this first video and listen to this Caucasian woman tell you what I'm telling. And as they say, see if it don't burn a little different.
Christianity has been misused for hundreds of years to keep your people in subjugation. And I'm speaking now a reality that the history books do not record, but history does. Christianity was used because if I said, okay, you don't believe the way I believe, and Christianity is the best way to believe, so I'm going to take you, and it's going to be for your own good, honey. It's going to be for your own good. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to tear away everything about you, and just keep your hands and your feet, because they can help me getting off. But I'm going to do this for your own good, because I'm going to give you a God. Now, what does that God look like? The reality of it is when he came here, he didn't look like me. So what am I going to do about that? I'm going to make him look like me. So for hundreds of years, we've been telling you, and now you have to keep in mind that we took away any other God that you might have through force, through fear, through pain, through any means necessary. So now I'm going to give you a God, but I'm going to do that in a way that is going to further me. So I'm going to give you a God that looks like me, so that when you bow down to that God, you're bowing down to me.
I'm looking, brother. Yes, sir. That's my brother right there. Here. When you bow down to that God, what did she say you were doing? Today, in church, millions of our people are bowing down to a white God, a white Jesus, totally unaware that in their subconscious mind, it makes them submissive to white.
That's right.
You hear me? And the lady told you what? That was the intention. We did this to you. Huh? We're the reason why your neighborhood's in the condition that they're in. We're doing this to you. And no God, no spirit God popped up out the sky and showed up and changed your condition.
That's right.
A little bit more from the video. Just listen to it.
Because I wasn't hearing these things. Because the Bible tells us what Jesus looked like when he walked here. The Bible tells us what he's going to look like when he comes back. We have taken that and changed it. Do you remember when Jesus went to Egypt? He hid in Egypt. The people in Egypt, honey, they're not white people. How could he hide there? See,
that's somebody that's reading and comprehending. She told you the Bible told you what he looked like, and the Bible tells you what he's going to look like when he come back. Then she gives you some common sense. So you don't know the history of Jesus about when Jesus went in Egypt and when he got taught and how Jesus was hiding. How could he hide in Egypt if he was white among black people? He had to have been a black man. Oh, but see, it sounds different coming from the white woman and from the black man, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah, the truth gonna make you free. Even if I got to give it from a white woman to a black man to get you up there, that's right.
Yes, sir.
But the truth shall, you should be free already. It should be, I shouldn't, when you pulled up, it should have been like a concert with with Jay-Z in here or something. You shouldn't have been able to get in. But instead, we got a few empty seats. We're looking to change that too. I need your help. That's why I pleaded with my brother. He said, well, I might not have time to go. I said, brother, I need you, just come. He could have came with a tank top, some shorts and flip-flops on. Just come. But he can get sharp too now. I want him to come sharp, or you can get sharp too now. We got a beamer too, brother. Man. You know what I mean? I need them beamers lined up out there. Some people say, what's going on in there? Yeah, I know somebody. Huh? I know some black men, you know, that didn't figure it out and still figuring it out. But you got to understand the hour that we're in right now is so serious. That window is full. With that kind of information, how can you deny that? How can you deny that? There's no way that you should be able to deny that. We're 100+ years on the other side of slavery. You should have been gotten up and moved now. The rest of the civilized Muslim world, they are waiting your return. But you think they're going to tell you, you think Chuck Gowdy going to tell you? Channel 7 Eyewitness News? You think Barack Obama going to tell you that? Do you think Kamala Harris, what am I pronouncing? Do you think she's going to tell you that? Vice President Harris is running with Joe Biden?
No, sir. No, sir.
They put her there to keep you sitting and to keep you idle. That's the whole purpose for being in office. To make you think that you've made some progress. With the black President Obama, look, now they got a black woman. Oh, we're just making all kinds of progress. The press secretary, she's a black woman, and not only is she a black woman, but she's openly gay. Don't you know that it was that kind of environment where God decided to get involved and destroy Sodom and Gomorrah?
That's right.
When God knew that they knew, but they still continued to sin anyway. What do you think we're doing? You think they don't know better? Come on, man. You know laying with another man is wrong.
That's right.
Nature didn't make you that way. You know laying with another woman is wrong. Nature didn't make you that way. If you did what you were supposed to do naturally, you wouldn't be in the condition and situation that you're in. But since you do unnatural things, you get unnatural results. They're knocking us off. You can't even make it to 50 years old anymore without some type of terminal disease, without diabetes, heart attack, or cancer. You were doing better than that when you were a plantation slave. Now that you're free, all of a sudden you can't even live to be 80 years old. But your Caucasian counterpart is having just the opposite results. You know how much weaker than you he is? He's the weakest human being on the planet. He's the last thing that came on the planet.
That's right.
You're the first and the strongest human being on the planet. That body was designed to last for at least 1,000 years, and we can't even get it to 100. Come on, man. He's poisoning the hell out of us.
That's right.
Pay you the kind of money to what he know when you're going to shop based on what he's giving you. And then come to the hospital so he can give you some of this drugs so you can have multiple organ failure.
That's right.
I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you the God honest truth. Putting us in a position to where we'll lose. He don't even plan on giving you an opportunity to spend with your grandkids. Don't you know that?
That's right.
Don't you know that? He didn't already gave statistics on about black kids. Oh, this will be the first generation that die before their parents. Why? This will be the first generation where over 70% of them have diabetes. They'll be plagued with chronic illness, heart attacks, and stroke. You see how many of our children are overweight? You see how many of our children are obese? And how many of them you still see them riding around with the flaming hots and putting cheese on them out the corner store and give me a cheesy beef and flame out and one of them quarter juices with 80 grams of sugar in it with 3 servings. We don't read, do we?
No,
We don't read labels, do we? It was good. Then want another. I want another. Is that not right?
yes, sir.
And then all of a sudden our babies get sick and we try to figure out what's wrong with the doctor. Oh, well, he's a diabetic. Whoa, diabetic. Oh, well, yeah, well, we can start him on insulin. And what the insulin gonna do? And the insulin, you don't taste the insulin. You don't know. It's like fire. It's literally like fire. And that fire has to go through your kidneys. And that fire will burn your kidneys out. And then after the fire burn your kidneys out, then they put you on dialysis. Huh? And then after they put you on dialysis, it's from there to the grave after they cut a limb too far. You want to live like that? Master Farad Muhammad, Almighty God, Allah came to us and told us, he said, we can cure all of that. Diabetes, heart attack, stroke, cancer, all of this can be prevented, even go away under the right food at the right time.
That's right.
He said, black man, stop eating 3 meals a day and start eating 1 meal a day.
Yes, sir.
Eat you plenty of fruits and vegetables.
That's right.
Drink pure water, is what he told us. Eat as much onion and garlic as you can stand. You want to talk about the great Dr. Sebi and whose table he set up on and got the information where he got it from?
Right.
He got it from the Honorable
That's
Elijah
right.
Muhammad.
That's right.
And he bear witness to that. He said the only one of our leaders that ever tried to teach us how to eat was the messenger. I'm just telling you the truth, man. You want to be free, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Because I want to free you. And when I open this door up and say, let's go, don't still be sitting there now. I'm being funny. But I'm being serious at the same time. The door is your mind. Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. And when I show this to you, it's going to be like pulling the window shade because the light instantly is going to come on. Go to the next video. And you won't, I guarantee you'll see. It's Freedom Day, Juneteenth.
Yes, sir.
Juneteenth.
These are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behaviour is now set for the rest of their lives. And when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
You see it? Inside of the United States of America for 400 years, that first generation had changed. That was the lid. But after 1 or 2 other generations, they no longer needed the lid. If you got it, right? Oh man, that's that. Like, they no longer needed the lid. In fact, their offspring is going to do the exact same thing they do. Even though they free, they still gonna move. You free, black man. Join your own nation. Build your own government.
That's right.
You free.
That's right.
Move. Don't sit here. This is a dangerous spot you're in. America's a dangerous spot.
That's right.
They plan on killing you and your children and your grandchildren. You got to get out of the way because God plans on killing you.
That's right.
But he can't get to him as long as you're in the way.
That's right.
You've been held as a hostage. You ain't gonna get me because you love these niggas. You love, and God done told them about calling us out our name. You notice they don't say nigga no more, don't you? Who you think stopped that? If it was not Almighty God, Allah, Master Farah Muhammad.
That's right.
Huh? Who you think stopped that? If it was not the last and greatest messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah forever be upon his name. Who you think stopped that if it wasn't for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Did she tell you what he looked like? Did she tell you he was black? Well, who you waiting on then? Huh? Mystical had a song and said what? The man right here. That's the truth, brother.
That's right.
That's Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
I can prove it. How can you prove? What did Jesus say? Jesus said, if you don't believe on me based on the way I look, then believe in me based on my what? Works. My works. Because you got to work in order to be Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah, you can jump up and say you just saw the man, you did Christ. But yeah, we need to now we need to roll out your history.
Thank you, right.
Shaquille O'Neal. Google me, Chuck. Yeah. Google him. And see if you don't find him doing the work of the Son of Man. See if you don't find him doing the work that Jesus is supposed to do. That's who I represent to you. I represent you, our Lord and Savior, the Honorable Silas Muhammad. But I represent to you a ball of fire because I'm a lost nigga, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Huh? I'm ready to tear this place up yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And as a result of that,
I'm with
you being idle, he know I can't get to him the way I want to because you're in the way. So they gives him time to plan. They give him time to prepare. They give him time to think. They give him time to strategize. And say, if I can't get to the minister, then maybe I'll send somebody to get his door, to throw his door off. If I can't get to the minister, then maybe I'll send somebody to throw his son off. I'll do something. That's how he thinks. That's how he operates. Attack the home front. But he don't know me. Huh? He don't know me. I risk it all. Man, that's in the Bible somewhere. Then Jesus said, if you love your wife more than me, then you're not worthy to be one of my followers.
That's right.
If you love your son, yeah, I'm that person that's willing to risk it all to see the day that the crownhood of God becomes man alone. To put you back in your proper place. Yeah, the truth shall make you free, but you got to know the truth first. And the truth of the matter is that you are free to join the lost foundation of Islam. You are free to join the Afro-descendant government. You are free to fly your own flag. You are free to produce a government, country, and nation for your women and children, just like every other man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Ain't nothing stopping you today but you. The flea experiment, the human experiment. That's what's going on with us now. And guess what white people doing while you doing that? Guess what they're doing while you doing that? Cleaning the dust off their nuclear button because it didn't get real with Russia.
Jesus, right.
China, North Korea, Iran, Syria, Nigeria, all of these places
Break us up.
cleaning off them nuclear buttons. It's on the news, all you gotta do is pay attention, it's there. And while they're cleaning off their nuclear buttons, getting ready to destroy the bully, what are you doing? Oh man, if Steph wouldn't get that last 3, man, they would never won that game, yeah, man. What are we doing? Oh, he just hit a grand slam. Did you see that? What is our behavior indicative of? Men or children? While America has you lost in sport and play, don't you know that the United States of America are in control of those wars that's going on, that they're actively involved in?
That's right.
So America's at war.
That's right.
You may not know it, unbeknownst to you, but America's at war.
Yes, sir.
She's not only at war with Russia, she's not only at war with China, she's not only at war with Nigeria,
Make it plain.
she at war with you and I too.
That's right.
We don't have to go through what it is. You know how much land they got in America that they're not even using? If your problem wasn't a real problem, my words wouldn't even have a place in you. Because you'll be able to show and prove my words had no validity to them. There's millions of us right now inside of what they call ghettos. What made it a ghetto? I underfunded it. Purposely. I created a matrix where here's my food. 3 rats. Put the 3 rats in the matrix and then let the 3 rats get along with each other. As long as there's enough water and food for those 3 rats, they got along just fine. I'm gonna change some. I'm gonna take away some food. Now it's only enough food for 2 rats, only enough water for 2 rats. But I'm gonna add another rat to that scenario. So now I got 4 that has to go off the food of 2. And all of a sudden, the behavior of those rats in this experiment became violent towards one another. What created the violence? Poverty. What's creating violence in your neighborhood? Huh? Why your children wanna gang bang and sell drugs? Because they think it'll do what? It'll end the situation of them being poor. What drew you into it? Some of us were street farmers. What drew you into it? Why'd you do it? Because you wanted to make some money, right? Now, right across the street over Low Park, and how many of you see standing on the corner?
None.
Huh?
None.
Oak Park, Oakbrook, Northbrook, Deerfield, Plainfield. We can keep on naming suburban. And guess what? It's not just in the state of Illinois. When I went to New York, it was the same way. When I was in New York, I can tell when I was in the Bronx and all that, they were loud, trash was all on the street and they were talking. And then I just so happened to ride through and got in one of those suburbs. Wow. It's beautiful over here. Same thing in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. But then we went and we stayed in the suburb of Atlanta called Dunwoody. I don't know if you ever heard of that before. Ended up over there in the suburb. I was like, wow, this is just like staying in Oakbrook. Beautiful houses, civilized people, restaurant, no. But I get over there by College Park, what I hear? The doom. The doom. I thought that what they be like, oh, what you talking about that, Shawty? The nigga don't know, he off in the ATL, boy, you in the A. Yeah, the same thing, same kind of ghettos in Chicago are in Atlanta. And why though? Is it a situation where there's not enough money? Do you really believe there's not enough money?
No, sir.
No? Let me straighten you out on that money situation.
Yes, sir.
They print it every day.
Make it plain.
Huh? How you gonna run out of it and be printing?
Teach.
But they tell you it's not enough. For who? He cannot run out of it as long as he's, it's not backed by anything anyway. It's a promissory note. It's not backed by any silver, any gold, any oil, or any diamonds. You know what's back in the American dollar? The American military. The fact that they can go to another country and turn around and tell them what? Oh, you're gonna take this dollar, or we bring the military in. Now how that dollar looking to you now? Huh? The standard by which they trade oil is the dollar. Why? That's one of the reasons why they got rid of Gaddafi here. Because Gaddafi started talking about, well, man, why are we sitting around here in Africa allowing the American dollar to run the entire continent of Africa? And we got natural resources that we can put behind. We got something we can back ours up with. And that idea was starting to get a little bit contagious. And they turn around, put a multi-billion-dollar hit on that man. Them along with Saudi Arabia put a multi-billion-dollar and let them rats loose. And they went in there and totally disrespected your brother. Huh? Didn't even get a man the decency of having a trial because they ain't had nothing on him. Got him in the back of a truck, blew his brains out like he was some type of thug. And you know how many contributions Gaddafi made to the continent of Africa? Don't you know Gaddafi gave $4 million to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to purchase Mosque Maryam on 79th Street?
Yes, sir.
That brother been helping you ever since he can help. And we let him kill one of our leaders, what we going on back and hide. Come on, man. You can't keep on, keep living like that saying, you know, man, nah.
That's right.
You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to dig down to the rich resources of yourself and do as one brother say. I'm standing here as what I was when I was brought over as a black man. But a black man is different than a nigga. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Black man is much more creative and much more powerful. Yeah. See, when you start getting certain information and you start to move a certain way, then you can command the forces of nature.
That's right. Yes,
See, that he don't want you to touch. When you command in the forces of nature, they say, son of man, call on the rain.
Yes, sir.
Huh? See, but you ain't called on the rain in a long time because you thought you wasn't doing it when you was a little kid, saying rain, rain, go away, coming. You were really doing that for real. Yeah, but you ain't did it since you was. I want you to call, but I want you to call with a sense of urgency and sincerity. Now,
that's right.
Oh yeah, I want you to be able to touch every element that's outside of your body in nature that you put out there and make it submit to your will, and then you'll get some results. But as long as we're going to sit around and say we men, this is how we look. You grown man with one of them little bunnies tied on your head, to pacify your mouth in the pamp on. It is laughable with you. But that's how we look to other men on earth talking about you a man. No, it's just, brother, the truth shall set you free. And if you don't believe what I'm telling you is the truth, look at any other nation that was down when they got the truth of what they did. Don't you know that China was once colonized by Great Britain? Don't you know that? China was colonized by Great Britain. And the Chinese, when they were supposed to get up, they wanted to lay around too. But their founder, their leader, Mao, what's his, how do you pronounce his name?
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong. He died September 9th, 1976. I was born September 9th, 1976. So I don't know if some of his spirit came in, because see, this is the truth about you. When somebody powerful dies, there's no more energy in the earth today than there was yesterday. You collect that energy. So instead of crying, you should rejoice because you just became that much stronger. Especially if they didn't take them from they died of natural causes. We never called it death. There's no putting an end to the black man.
That's right.
Man, come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Yeah, Trey, you see a part of me that you never seen. When I'm feeding for the microphone, we all hip hop kids. The microphone fiend.
That's right.
Yeah, and after 12, around 2 o'clock, I am worse than a gremlin. Yeah, yeah. That information that he gave his people will cause them to rise up. They talked about how when he was trying to discipline, he was trying to get them to stop being lazy. He was trying to get them to stop being silly. And there's one tale about when he had some ladies performing a certain dance. And as they were performing the dance, one of them kept on laughing and kept on being silly. And he called her to the front, in front of everybody, chopped her head off. And then told the remaining ladies, perform the dance correctly. As a result, today, the Chinese are some of the most active people that you see when they come down to perform. Is that not true?
That's true.
What put that in them? Who sparked them? Who infused them? Where'd that spirit come from? Don't you know that Iran was colonized before too? But look at the Iranians today. Huh? I'm talking about people that came from the bottom, from under the feet of the Caucasian white man. When they were told to get up, the truth is you free now, go on, be free. And they went and did it. What's wrong with you and I? You think staying in America, you think you got a chance? No, sir. You don't have a chance. First off, you got to understand the desire of the person that you're dealing with. He desires for you to either be his slave or to kill you.
That's right.
That's it. There is no in between with him.
That's right.
You're going to either be my nigga or I'm going to kill you.
Look at that.
Now, the irony in it is a person like us, well, I kind of had to self and say, well, what we do? What we do to them now? You were born. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the only way you can escape death is not to be born. You were born. And simply because you were born, he wants you eliminated. Now, there's not a lot of truthful white man that'll tell you that, but watch the actions.
That's right.
Watch the actions. I'm 45. And at 45, I can look back at when I was 15, and I can kind of sort of project myself forward to 70, 80 years old. And looking at it, looking at our economic woes, looking at our social economic status, I don't see me staying in America, turning the trick on a white man being greater than him in America. Do you? Can you see yourself being greater than the white man in America? One last video. You all gonna recognize this brother. And he's saying the same thing I'm saying.
Shit ain't gonna work. We ain't gonna survive this.
Ice Cube came out the other day with a surprise live video where he exposed the truth.
Sign the fam.
Just the very beginning of it. What did he say? It's not gonna work. We ain't gonna survive this. That's a person with money. That's a person with fame. Do you hear me? Money, fame, clout. He got a billionaire friend and Dr. Dre. He got a billionaire friend and Jay-Z. He done made movies. You would think everything that they gave him to shut up, that he shut up. But guess what's wrong with him though? He still got that hole in his soul. Hole in his soul. He still realizes I can't rise above the condition of my people, and they plan on killing us. It's not gonna work. We ain't gonna survive this.
Shit ain't gonna work. We ain't gonna survive this.
Ice Cube came out the other day with a surprise live video where he exposed the truth.
Sign the fam. You already know how I get down. Over the last few months, I've been really going deep into this political space. The way it's going, it's just designed that I can't see the future. So we gotta change this shit. Everybody's been mad at me because I haven't been on the fucking, you know, the gravy train of these candidates, you know, especially Joe Biden and Harris. You know, I don't trust none of them. No president has done right by us. So I don't trust none of them.
The gravy train. So are they paying off celebrities to support them?
There's systems in place, as we all know. The system is fucked up. It's just designed totally. And not only designed, but there's a dedication to keeping us at the bottom of this country.
What did he say? Out of all the presidents, but if he's talking about Biden and Harris, that means what? You can have Obama. And what did he tell you? Not one president is what? Has done right. That's right. That there's systems in play to keep you at the bottom of this country. Did he say it?
Yes, sir.
And told you what? We ain't gonna survive this. But even you, Ice Cube, with all your money, because he can see it. He can see that this rich white man that sat back and fund the drug cartels in the black community. It's rich white men that sat back and made decisions on how many AR-15s they were going to put in your community. How many Dracos, as they call them, they're gonna put in your community? How many Glock 9mm with the switch? Well, what are you gonna do with that? Over here, where we stay, you gonna use it over here where we stay? But instead, what do? Oh man, he got a big gun with Joe, man. You can do it. What's wrong with us? Lost your way. Your God has come.
That's right.
To save you. Some.
Oh, yes,